Hi, this is Mansoor Khan, your instructor for this course. In this video, we'll learn about looping. What is a loop? A statement that causes a set of instructions to be repeated for a specific number of times is called a loop. And there are two categories of loops, entry controlled and exit controlled. In entry control loops, we have for and while loops, whereas in exit control loops, we have do while loop. Now we'll get into the details of the distinction between these two categories later on. For now, let's just concentrate on for loop. Now to go into the anatomy of a for loop, let's go to vthementors.com. Browse your way to the tutorial section. Here, click on the for loop. Look here. This is the anatomy of a for loop. It starts with for I is equals to 1 semicolon, I is less than equal to 10 semicolon, I plus plus. Now these two semicolons here, they divide the loop into three parts. The first part of which is the initialization expression. Here, let me tell you something about this I variable here. This is known as the loop variable. Now we initialize the loop variable with the initial value here, and that is why this is called initialization expression. We are setting the value of I as 1 initially. That means the first time the value of I will be 1 when you use inside this loop here. Then this is the test or the conditional expression. This test whether this condition is true or not. If it is true, it will go inside the body of the loop. Otherwise, if it is false, it will come out of the loop right from here. Then this is the update expression, which increments the value of the loop variable. Here we are using I plus plus. We can easily use I minus minus if we were to run a reverse loop. So what this loop does is it runs from 1 to 10, and any statement inside this loop body will repeat 10 times. Let's do this. I already have a class for loop created here, so let me just create a while loop here. Sorry, for loop, my bad. So since we are using a variable here, this I here, this is a loop variable, but it is a variable, so we have to declare it. Now let's print the value of I. Let's compile it. Oh, typo. Compile it again. Okay, no errors. Let's run it. Click on void main. Okay. Now you look at the output and look at the code that I've written closely. See, this is what I told you. The variable loop variable I starts from 1, and now it goes from here. After the initialization, the control goes here in the test expression here. If this condition is true, now currently since the value of I is 1, the 1 is less than 10, we know that. So this condition is true, it will come inside the loop body, which is this area here. What are we doing here inside the loop body is we are simply printing the value of I, which is 1 currently. That is why we are getting 1 here. What happens next? The control moves on to the next line, which is this. This is the closing bracket of this for loop. So the control jumps from here to here in the update expression. Let me revise it for you. First time when you enter this loop, the control initializes the loop variable. Then it comes to the test expression. If it is true, it goes inside the loop body. Once it's done, it goes back to the update expression here. Now what we are doing here is we are incrementing the value of I by 1, so that will make it 2 since the value of I was 1 initially. The I plus plus is equivalent to I is equals to I plus 1. You can easily replace this I plus plus here by I is equals to I plus 1, and it will run the same. Let me just show it to you. See, getting the same output. So let's revert it back. It looks better this way. Now after it increments the value of I by 1, it goes back to the test expression here. Since the value of I is 2 now, 2 is less than 10, again the condition is true, so it goes back to the body of the loop again and prints the value of I, that is true. Print ln, notice we have used print ln here, that means it will print the value and it will change the line. So first time it printed 1, it changed the line. Now it will print 2 and it will change the line. Again it goes back to the update expression, this becomes 3, then comes here, condition is true, prints 3, and it goes on printing till 10. See, we have all the values from 1 to 10, all the natural numbers here. What happens after that? Now once it prints 10, it doesn't come out of this loop from here, it goes back to the update expression here and increments the value of I, so it will become 11. Now when it comes to test expression, this condition will be false, so it will come out of the loop here. So any guesses what will be the value of I if we print it here? Let's check it. As many of you would have rightly guessed. Why? Because this condition is false only when the value of I is 11. So once it comes out of the loop, it will retain that value, it will print it here. This is how a for loop works. Now coming to the question as to why we need a loop in the first place. Now this example must have given you some idea. Now in most of the cases when we want certain instructions to be repeated fixed number of times or a specific number of times, we use loop. Okay, that's it for the for loop. There are many things which we will cover slowly, gradually as we go through our tutorial series, and next up let's learn about while loop.